What's going on, guys? Zephyrnix here, and a lot of you already know I haven't done a video in a minute. Basically, when I get off of work, I'm tired as hell. I'm be honest with you, man. I'm tired as hell. And a lot of you already know I'm actually working on getting my own gaming company up and running there, and it's going. It's going. Um, what I'm going to do right now though is I want to talk to you guys about what I'm actually leaving to do game development, basically my career currently. So the good thing about careers is that even though you go to do something else, I got enough credentials to go back to it, so it's all good. It's all good. Basically, it's like this. My job is to go ahead and take workstations such as this. These are the Omniplexes that Dell was selling about, I would say about at least about I wouldn't say 7 years ago, but it wasn't that much. It's like at least 5 or 6 years ago. These are their enterprise level computers, basically. Enterprise meaning basically business level computers and things of that nature. So my job is to go ahead and service these type of computers and this type of network here. And basically, what do I mean exactly by that? Now, basically, we have these where I work. I'm not going to tell you where I work because that'd be stupid. But basically, where I work, they have these enterprise level PCs that they go ahead and people work on them. If there's a problem with the PC, the scanner, the printer, whatever it is, my job is to go ahead and fix it. At the same time, if they go ahead and if they need like a PC, a monitor, a scanner, a printer installed, my job is to go ahead and install it. At the same time, my job is also to go ahead and maintain connectivity throughout the entire building, as well as 3 other buildings. So my job is to make sure that these people have internet access no matter what. So this is basically just one example of what a network would look like here in the back room there. A lot of people don't see this. A lot of people see this at a much smaller degree. You might see like if you look down, you might see a what do you call it? A router or gateway or something like that. Yeah, this is basically an entire switchboard basically where internet goes in, and my job is to go ahead and delegate internet to everyone and anyone who needs it within the building. Sometimes you have wired internet. I'll show you what the wire part is too, because that's another part of my job, as well as wireless internet. This one doesn't really have. There's no wireless internet here, but whatever. So here's another thing I do too. So my job also is to go ahead and create Ethernet. Oh, we're gonna put Cat 6 for here. Well, Cat 5e. Uh, Now a lot of you, Cat 5e. So a lot of you already know what an Ethernet cord is. Now, another word for an Ethernet cord is a Category 5 or a Cat E5 cable. Excuse me, a Category 5 cable or a Cat 5e cable or a Category 6 cable. A lot of you most likely only have Category 5e cables. If you have anything less, like a Category 5, Category 4, 3, whatever, get rid of it. You're kind of holding yourself back. A lot of your internet problems or a lot of your slow internet could be delegated because of the fact that you actually have a older cable. An example of this, I actually have a Cat 5 cable hooked up to my PC. Now, you guys already know my PC is a beast. Basically, because I only have a Cat 5 cable and not a Cat 5e cable or a Cat 6 cable, because I only have a Cat 5 cable, I'm only getting about 100 megabits. So it's like I could be doing way faster, literally 10 times faster, but I'm not because I have an older cable. So it is what it is. I'm gonna get one resolved. I'm gonna get a new one eventually. But anyway, so my job is to go ahead and take wires like this, and I'm going to go ahead and show you like an image here. There should be, perfect. So basically, my job is also to create these type of cables. So my job is to create Ethernet cables as well. So a lot of times you can buy them at the store like this. And basically, when you go ahead and open up an Ethernet cable, you'll actually have about 4 sets of wire in there. Each set has 2 different wires in there: blue, blue and white; brown, brown and white; green, green and white; and orange and white. Basically, your job is to go ahead and put them into the actual caps such as this. So my job is to go ahead and kind of put them in, unravel them and to kind of replace them in this. And trust me, it's nowhere near as easy as it sounds. So here's actually a pretty decent diagram of it too. My job is to take all those wires apart and put them into this small case with these small wires in this particular order. And it's not easy because they're all wrapped up together and some of them aren't even next to each other, and it's a mess. It's a mess. So another thing I also do is, let me see. I also go ahead and put together like wall mounts. Like my job is also to go ahead and I can rewire a whole entire um, house or whatever with internet. So basically, my job is to go ahead and set up Ethernet, set up basically a network rack. So, and once I set up the network rack, I go ahead and kind of rewire everything so that way you can have internet coming directly from a port like you would have with a telephone or something like that. So basically, it's not that hard, but at the same time, takes a little time to actually learn. But it's something that you can actually, like, doing this stuff is something that you can learn in a day, less than a day. So trust me when I tell you that my job isn't exactly, at least this part of the job exactly, isn't exactly, oh my God, this isn't, extremely hard to do. No, 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 not even remotely. But just like how it was with the other one, my job is I got to take the wires out, I got to put them in this particular order, chop them down, and then go ahead and put them into the wall. So it's not that hard to do by no intents purposes, but nonetheless, it pays well, and it pays decently, though. And that's pretty much my job. I rewire buildings for internet. I also go ahead and, like, by buildings. In my case, I actually go ahead and wire um, what do you call it? Businesses, basically, a particular type of business, and that's the business I currently work in right now. I also go ahead and delegate internet, make sure the internet is all resolved in that area there. So my job is to go ahead and make sure everyone in that particular office has internet. Everything is running smoothly. My job is also to go ahead and make sure that they all have access to their profiles and everything like that. It's a lot of work. This part is just one small part of everything I have to do. At the same time, it's not just one building, because I actually in multiple days, I actually go to like 3 different buildings. So it's like I'm actually holding down 4 different businesses to go ahead, 4 different businesses under one banner, basically, but making sure that they're always resolved no matter what. And a lot of my jobs consist of putting together printers and, not putting together printers, excuse me, repairing printers and troubleshooting printers and making sure they work. After that comes sometimes PCs have problems, and last but not least, sometimes scanners have problems and things of that nature. But I mean, in all, it's not really. I like my job. My job is extremely fun. I'm learning something new every day, so it's definitely something. I didn't never even knew you can actually do this. I didn't know. I didn't know you can actually do this. Like, this is actually a HDMI into a wall here. I'm not sure why you would do that, mind you, but I mean, yeah. Now that I think about it, I'm like, why would you even need to do that? Oh, I'll have to research that one day. But yeah, this is not how it looks, by the way. In the back of walls, it's no longer looking like that. If anything, it's looking like this now. Not even that, really. Even that's a little off. This one is actually a wire here where they're running phone and Ethernet, but I don't have that. I don't need that. I don't even know why they would even do that if you got VoIP, but whatever. My job is also to go ahead and do VoIP too. So that's another problem I have. Let me see if I can find one. Oh. So my job is to go ahead and also make sure that the entire building has voice over internet protocol, which basically allows them to go ahead and use VoIP phones. So just for the record too, if you ever hear someone tell you that their network is this neat, they're probably lying to you. I'm just being honest. Let me see if I can find one. Network rack. I've seen many different network configurations, network servers, if you will, and none of them are actually neat. If they're neat, that means that these people have way too much time on their hands. They ain't doing too much work. Don't get me wrong. This right here, I ain't never seen that. I'll be honest with you. I've never seen it that bad. But the one I work in, let me see if I can find one that's good. I've actually got one that looks like this, kind of. Wires everywhere, and because of the fact that a lot of them using the same type of wires to go ahead and put it together. But anyway, I'm neither here nor there. I didn't really want to get too deep into it, but a lot of people were actually asking me what do I do, and a lot of people ask me that now and then. So I figured I'd go ahead and do a video, let you guys know pretty much what I do and what I'm giving up to go into game development. And I mean, I don't regret it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not regretting my decisions. I'm looking forward to it, and it's just but I mean, this is a lot of work, and not to mention I'm like kind of putting away a lot of money here, you know. Like I'm kind of leaving a really decent paycheck. That's if I leave too. I'm gonna start off by trying to do both of them at the same time. And like I said, if the first thing is resolved, then after that I'll probably go ahead and if everything like first things are all. Sorry, I'm tired. But if the first like if the game actually sells quite well, which apparently it just might, I'm going to go ahead and do that full time and start just making games. But if it doesn't, then I still have my career to fall back on. So I'm in a win-win situation basically. Like worst case scenario, stop doing game development and I continue getting my doing my job, which pays very much. Where if at the same time, another worst case scenario is I go ahead and or rather best case scenario I guess would be I can go ahead and quit my job to do my dream job basically. So that's it for now. That was a really, really, really quick synopsis of what I really do. It's way more than that, but I just figured I'd go ahead and give you guys a small taste. Anyway, I'm out. You guys have a good night.